Welcome back, Realty Pros, and thank you again for joining us for another Thursday of Realty Talk. And we have Mrs. Porter, who is going to be sharing with us today. She always has such great information to share with us. And today is not going to be a disappointment for us. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass it over to Mrs. Porter. Thank you so much, Ms. Porter.
Thank you so much, Anita. And good afternoon to everybody who's online and all the ladies who are in the office. We have a couple gentlemen on the line now, so shout out to you because most of the time the ladies dominate in here. But I see we have Curtis, we have Mr. Porter, we have Kermon with us. So shout out to the guys as well. The ladies are in the office. We have some holiday pie going on. So if you guys are in the area, feel free to drop by. Angela, thank you for sharing that success story. And I want to continue to talk about that because it is very important for each of our Realty Pros to know that your diligence is what's going to pay off for you over time. That's a part of our conversation. We always talk about seed time and harvest. We always talk about how you have to overcome those challenges in order to get exactly what you're believing for in your real estate business. And the story that Angela shared is no different. Angela, you did such a great job. If you want to reiterate a part of it, I want you to on the record so that for any of your colleagues who are not able to join us right now, they can go back and listen to the video. Those of you that are here, you can go back and get that inspiration as well, because this is what it's going to take to get to the next level in your real estate business, getting to a point where you are diligent and persistent for as long as it takes in order for you to get that business. Angela, would you share that? And welcome, I see Talita just joined us as well. I don't want anybody to miss out on that.
Yes, I was just sharing with everyone that there was someone who I've been working with for the past year. I had a listing agreement with them and it expired. I think it was the beginning of November, it expired. But I stayed in touch with them. He actually reached back out to me because he's in a position now to move forward, realizing that the listing expired. I just wanted to make sure I scheduled an appointment to meet with him as soon as possible. So I would say within 48 hours, we had an appointment scheduled. We met at our Tyson's Corner location and just got the listing agreement signed. So I can tell you also that the first year that I had the listing agreement with him, we had not gone over a listing presentation, but this, working with him for the next, I would say 12 months because I did a 1-year listing agreement, but it gave me an opportunity to present our listing presentation and to go over, what we basically provide at Porterhouse. So he really enjoyed the information. He signed right away, and hopefully within the next few days, I'll have him signed on as a buyer as well. So I just encourage you to, continue to nurture folks. One other thing I mentioned is that he mentioned to me at the appointment that there were 2 other agents that were trying to basically get his listing. One of them had been very persistent over the last, I don't know if it was months or weeks, but he mentioned she won't let up. And she was really getting his attention. And then another friend had mentioned, hey, someone that a mutual friend of theirs was a real estate agent. So he met with me, we signed a listing agreement, but those were 2 opportunities that he could have, moved forward with, but just continue to be persistent and nurture those clients so that, you can secure some of these listings yourself.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that. Does anybody have any questions for Angela? All right, then we'll continue to move on. We have so much excitement going on at Porterhouse, guys. Before we go any further, I just want to commend each and every last one of you. Hats off to you. You guys have been doing an amazing job. And I don't know if you realize this, but we've had our partners from our title company and other, vendors that we work with in real estate. They talk about how, in some places the market has slowed down, but in Porterhouse, it has really sped up. So for you guys, with all of your ratified contracts, your diligence, your buyers, your listings, things have heated up so much in terms of diligence. We've had our partners to reach out and say, wow, the only deals that we've received this month and last month have been from Porterhouse. The only deals that we've been receiving have been from Porterhouse. So I want you guys to be encouraged to know that no matter what is going on in the market, we are blessed. You guys are blessed here at Porterhouse, and business doesn't stop for you. It just gets better and better. And I want to give a shout out to a number of our agents who have overcome just difficult transactions, because that's the season that a number of you were in for, a period of time. And for Mr. Porter and I, we sit and we watch and we encourage, and we're looking for you to get your wings and just move up to the next level, because we know that overcoming those type of obstacles is exactly what it takes in order for you to get to the next level in your real estate career. So just in watching your diligence and your persistence and your resilience in the face of the adversity that you guys have faced, we just want to take our hats off to you. We are excited that you guys have progressed in this area of leadership. And when I say leadership, all of you are leaders, because as a real estate professional, you are leading people through real estate transactions that will impact every area of their lives. It impacts their family structure. It impacts their financial structure, their investments. It impacts their happiness. Oftentimes, home ownership even impacts your health. It impacts so many different parts of your lives. And you guys are the ones that get to usher people into and help them out of these situations. So I really want you to recognize the value that you add as real estate professionals. So when you take the torch and you lead your clients in this way, and you encourage them to stick to it, and you share with them all the positive aspects and the benefits, as Mr. Porter would say, features, advantages, and benefits of home ownership, when they're starting to get nervous and they say, well, I want to pull out, you guys are doing a phenomenal work. You are doing a phenomenal work. And I can't say this enough. We are real estate professionals. You guys are also salespeople, but the beauty in this industry is what you are selling people is something that is going to impact and bless every area of their lives. Not unlike salespeople who go out and sell them something, that is going to depreciate the next day or break down the next day, or something they don't really need. You guys are helping to usher people into their dream of home ownership. One of the statistics that we know is that only 3% of humans who've ever lived on the planet owned homes. So you guys are the ministers in the marketplace who are helping people to just accomplish this very thing. So I just really want to make sure that that is front of mind for you guys, so that when you're having these conversations, you know that these are easy, sweatless conversations to have. Because we can talk about prospecting, we can talk about marketing, we can talk about building your pipeline, and all of those things are essential for your success. But your focus needs to be on changing people's lives. These are people that you get to directly impact, and you get to help them in a major way. The house that they live in, this is the place that their grandkids are going to come to play in. They're going to raise their families in. They're going to get married or go through life's changes or help take care of their parents or whatever goes on. You are helping to usher them into a place where their lives will happen and all of their memories will reside in that place. So I really want to make sure that we uphold the gravity with which we carry this real estate, logo, this realtor logo, because it really is a big deal. And each one of you carries a great deal of value. So even, I'll just shout out a couple of you on here, because I know that, for each and every last one of us, we've had those conversations, and you guys may not know what your colleague sitting next to you has overcome, but each of you in some way has overcome tremendous feats in this last season. Each and every last one of you. So I'm excited to see you guys growing in this area. And our theme for the year of 22 is progression. And we have believed for every one of you to progress in your real estate business. And you have done that. Every last one of you, you are progressing. You are taking strides. You're doing more now than you were doing last year. You're doing more business. Some of you have more licenses. Some of you are doing more prospecting. Some of you have gone full-time. Some of you are taking on more clients. Some of you are taking on more challenging transactions. But in every way, you guys have been progressing in this year of 2022. So in reflecting on this year and all of the accomplishments that we have, I just want to take my hat off to you guys. As I have said before, the leadership team, we've had a number of people to join, or we have, elevated a number of your colleagues to the leadership team. So while each and every last Porterhouse Realty Pro is a leader, you guys have a team of devoted professionals and partners and family members and realtors and everything positive, every positive adjective that I can think of, but they are here to be of service to you guys. We have Angela Skipper. She's been doing a phenomenal job as the listing team lead. Anitha Bowie, your Upper Marlboro branch manager. She's been doing a phenomenal job as your branch manager and your training coordinator. We have Kermon, your Porterhouse ambassador. He's been doing a tremendous job in that role. We have Margaret Irving, who is one of our newest team leads, both Margaret and Marcus. I called them M&M yesterday. Those are your social media marketing team leads. So we are very excited with the breath of fresh air that they're going to bring to the leadership team and the brokerage as a whole for all of the gifts that they have in this social media marketing area, this area of videos and creativity and all those things. So we are just ecstatic for that. We have Curtis on the line. Curtis is your buying team lead. Curtis had a phenomenal buyer boot camp there. So we're looking forward to that next buyer boot camp. We have Darlene on the line. Darlene is your special events coordinator. Darlene is coordinating your upcoming hot chocolate social and white elephant gift exchange. So we are looking forward to, just everything that holds for us. We're looking for the fellowship that's going to bring, because again, none of us are islands unto ourselves, and everything that we do, we can do it more easily as a family when you have the network of support. We have, of course, Mr. Porter. He does everything, guys. He really does everything. I wouldn't try to begin to name the things that he does. So just hats off to you on a daily. We have, those are the people that are on the line now, and we have a number of other leaders as well. Miss Pat with the mentorship aspect and the recruiting. Miss Pat has a training this evening that's going to be on the constant contact. So you're recruiting and all those different things that you need to do, setting up your holiday campaigns, making sure that you're touching everybody that's in your sphere of influence so that you remain top of mind for them no matter what's going on. We have D'Amica as our technology team lead. We even have Khadijah. Khadijah is a part of the leadership team now, and she is here to serve you guys. Help me, guys. Have I missed anybody? Mr. Porter, Angela, Anitha, somebody let me know. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Let me double check my list. Make sure I got you all covered there.
Everybody.
Okay, perfect. Just
Well,
want to make sure I got
yourself.
you guys. It's your guys' time. I'm taking my hats off to you. I appreciate it, but I promise you, we could not do.
Well,
what
let
we
me
do
say
without.
this then.
Yes, indeed.
And we also have Mrs. Porter, who
Yes.
is our broker number one here at Porterhouse International Real Estate.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, in the world. And we appreciate you. We appreciate all that you have poured into us, how you have stressed us, how you have pulled us along. I mean, we are amazed at what is going on here at Porterhouse. I know I am.
Well, I thank you, appreciate you guys. We honor you guys, and we could not do what we do without you. Okay, so I want to continue to give some shout outs, of course, the leadership team, but I want to give a shout out to Aurelia, just overcoming challenges and coming back in the face of adversity and just jumping right back in, right? Aurelia, the things that she had to overcome to be back, yet and still she's back. Aurelia jumped right in, last week. And you guys, if you've been paying attention, hold on one second, we're having some feedback. Okay, thank you. So Aurelia, jump right in. And if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that I'm always kind of checking to see who's ready. So I kind of threw Aurelia out there. I think it may have been the week before last to get her to host training. And she had no problem with it. She just jumped right in and she hosted it for the first time. And I'm just very proud to see the leadership shining forth in each and every last one of you. Same thing goes for Talita, overcoming challenges and jumping right back in and picking up from where she left off. I just want to give a shout out to her, because you guys, when you're overcoming challenges, sometimes it can feel like, it is the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and you have no idea that the people who've gone before you have overcome so many of those very same challenges, and even your colleagues. So I just want to uplift and encourage you guys to know that this has been a season of progression for each and every last Realty Pro here. Same thing for Paula. Paula has gone full-time now. So that is a whole kind of list of challenges in and of itself. So I just want to take my hat off to her for taking that leap of faith and for doing what she needed to do in order to become full-time. The same thing for Dee. I want to take my hat off to Dee. Dee has overcome, transaction with challenge after transaction with challenge. And, she regrouped every time. She was resilient and regrouped every time and came back. And now her real estate business, to just see where her real estate business is and is going now from where it was in the beginning. I'm just so very excited to see the fruit of all of the labor that we've been, working on here with these. So I'm just very proud of her. Want to, take my hat off to her with regards to that. Let me see, who else do I have on the line? Margaret is doing a phenomenal job. I know Margaret went full-time also. I've already talked about her on the social media marketing aspect, but Margaret has jumped right in. So from the open houses and, just partnering with colleagues and doing all things real estate, she's really been diving right in. And the same thing goes for Kermon. You guys, we know that sometimes our schedules, kind of, there are quite a number of things that we would like to do, and we can't do everything that we want sometimes. But I tell you, there's one person that is quite often a go-to. And, when I ask Khadijah, hey, we need somebody to take this person, or who's available for that person, Khadijah says Kermon always responds. We have our list of people and their availability, and Kermon always responds. So I just want to take my hat off to each and every last one of you. I have, let me see, I have some messages in the chat. Make sure I don't miss any of you. That's right, Darlene, you're talking about somebody overcoming challenges as well. Each and every last one of you have overcome your challenges, and I'm so very proud of you. So just buckle in, because on the other side of you overcoming, now you're on a new level in your real estate business. So going into 2023, you will accomplish quite a bit more than you were able to accomplish this year, but this year has prepared you for the greater, for the new, for the next level. So just embrace that, knowing that you have passed. You have passed the test with flying colors, okay? So no matter how it felt in order to get to the point where you are, you passed when you get back up and you keep going. Because listen, I know Mr. Porter shared that scripture, and it was a very timely one, or the piece taken from the scriptural reference. The race isn't given to the swift or the strong, but from he who endures to the end. And that is a part of, or derived from, Ecclesiastes 9:11. And I say that intentionally because that has been the testimony for each and every last person who is on the line and who is in the office today. So every last one of you. Anitha as well, in terms of overcoming challenges and obstacles and continuing to press in the face of adversity. Angela, continuing to persevere in the face of adversity. I just did not want to overlook everything that I see you guys doing, when I see you guys growing, and I see you guys advancing, and I see you guys persisting. That is not, I don't take it lightly. And I want you to know that it does not go unrecognized. So that's what I wanted to say. Hats off to you guys. Thank you to you guys. And you guys are just a phenomenal group of realtors, professionals, family members, just as like I said earlier, every positive attribute and, adverb that I can think about you guys would be applicable. But I just wanted to take a moment to say that. Does anybody have any thoughts or anything that they would like to share or add?
Can I do this?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I just wanted to say that I really wanted to thank Curtis for the boot camp because it helped me a lot. But what it really did was for one set of clients, they went from, I don't know how to do this, to they have a, what do you call it? They have an offer in hand and they're really excited. So I just wanted to say thank you for all that work that Saturday morning. That was phenomenal. I don't see if he's gone already, but I really wanted to say that. So thank you, Curtis, and everybody else in this group that we're always calling each other to support. I really appreciate that.
Excellent. Thank you, Dee. I think Curtis may have gotten dropped from the call, but he'll be back. No worries. Did I see somebody else attempting to unmute themselves? All right, then we'll continue. My question for you guys, in light of the holidays, well, first let me say next week is Thanksgiving, and I'm sure that we are all aware of that. I just don't know where the time went. I just don't understand how Thanksgiving is only 1 week away. So if you guys can figure out where the time went, please let me know. But in terms of the holidays, this is a very special time of the year for most for a number of reasons. Of course, the time that you get to spend, in Thanksgiving with your families and all those different things. And it's important that we have some time to wind down and to rest and refresh. That being said, this is also a very opportune time for each and every last one of us. Because we are real estate professionals, this is what we do. Now, that being said, there are going to be quite a number of opportunities for us to fellowship, network, build our book of business and all of these things during these holiday seasons. So I want to make sure that we are very intentional with what we do and recognize the opportunities that are going to be in front of us every single place that we go, right? Even in grocery stores that we go to, you're probably going to have 2 or 3 times more people in the grocery stores when you're, holiday shopping than you would on a normal occasion. So that is an opportune time for you to connect with people, for you to pass out business cards and get information. Not sure if you guys are Starbucks or Panera Bread or Dunkin' Donut or wherever, McDonald's, wherever you get your coffee from, right? But those are opportunities. One of the things that Mr. Porter and I do and have done before, we've had a lot of people that have been blessed by this. Oftentimes during the holidays, we would go to different, Mr. Porter, help me, different, not Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, there you go. All coming back to me. Different Starbucks there. And we would just pay for people's drinks. Just as a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, just something just to give people, we want to do something intentional to be kind to people and to make them smile, to break the ice, to have a conversation. And then once you've done something like that, it may be a $5 drink, but now that $5 drink has turned your business card into gold. Because now when you're prospecting and you're having a conversation with this person and you say, if you ever need help in real estate, give me a call. If you need to buy, sell, invest, lease, or whatever you need to do to build your investment portfolio, give me a call. This person's looking like, oh, this is great. I can't wait to give you a call, Anitha, because you just bought me a $5 cup of coffee or a $1 cup of coffee. Or whatever that looks like. Is really not about what it costs. It's about the thoughtfulness and the act of kindness that you didn't have to do, but being intentional to engage people during these holidays and being intentional about thinking of something kind that you can do. So whether it's a word, a gesture, giving somebody something, it may just be passing out holiday cards to people, sending cards to people. It may be anything. It may be inviting people over, just like Darlene sent a pie up to the office. For those of you that are not here, by the way, we have pie in the office. Darlene has sent us a pie today. But it may be you guys having holiday treats or something like that at your houses, or, going by to visit people. The list of things to do the list is really endless with regards to that. But I really want for us to be mindful to intentionally think of how we can be kind to people and promote our business at the same time. Be kind to people intentionally and promote our business at the same time, right? Because one thing that we know is people are going to work with those that they know, like, and trust, right? And what better way to break the ice and befriend somebody than doing something kind for them? Not because you have to, but just because you want to intentionally, just be kind to people. And they will do business with you. They will refer business to you. I'll give you guys a couple of examples. It seems as if whenever we go to a restaurant, my husband, the supporter, he's a joker. He likes to make a spectacle out of us. So we go to restaurants, and whenever we sit down, all of a sudden now, my husband, he's talking to everybody at the tables around. And it's such a blessing because he goes out of his way to make people smile and to make people laugh and to bring joy and to bring laughter everywhere that we go. And that's his gift, that he brings that laughter to people. And so doing, he breaks the ice immediately. People are disarmed. So now you can have any type of conversation and people already feel like you're a friend because now you've given them the gift of laughter, right? So that being said, each and every last one of you have a different gift. Some of them are going to, overlap. But whatever it is that you bring to the table, I want you to identify that. Some, it may be one excellent, some it may be 10, it may be 2, it may be 20, or whatever that is. I want you to identify whatever it is that's your gift, your strength, what you do well. And I want you to capitalize on that thing. I want you to give that gift to people intentionally so that you're sowing that seed during this holiday, right? And that's going to look different for each and every last one of us. But I promise you, you will make an impression on people when you do that. Does anybody have any thoughts, any comments, any questions or anything with regards to that?
Jasmine, I wanted to say something if I could.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Both you and Aurelia are talking at the same time. Aurelia, I'm going to have you to unmute yourself so everybody can hear you.
Yeah, let Aurelia go, please.
Hope it doesn't have a lot of interference. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to say that those were some excellent ideas. I knew it was gonna do that. Hold on for a second. You hear now? Here we go. It's a little echo.
Mute yourself for me, guys, so we won't have feedback.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to say that those were excellent ideas because when you're thinking on your day-to-day walk or wherever you may go, you're not thinking really to use your gifts. Like I said, I'm usually someone that I help and assist people, but like you say, you may not be a talker, but I can help in other ways. And that way I can also promote, always be thinking to promote my business as well. So I like that.
Excellent, Aurelia. Thank you for sharing that. Mr. Porter, what did you have to say?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just really, I'm just really excited and inspired by what you're saying, Jasmine. And I couldn't keep it to myself because, like you said, I do try to do everything that I can for Porterhouse and especially for our agents. You all are my clients. You're my number one priority as well. I think I speak for Jasmine as well. And we definitely want you to take your clients and your customers as your number one priority and pass it on. But what's remarkable about you all is the synergy and love that we're starting to see for you. You're showing from one to another, and that's really incredible. That's really what we wanted and dreamed Porterhouse would be. We don't believe in the dog eat dog, throw you to the shark kind of environment. We want to build an environment where people are doing exactly what we did, and we believe it's what made us successful, and that's helping each other. So I remember, I'm just thinking back about 6 or 7 months ago. It was we were having different conversations and private conversations with different people in the brokerage. But one of the things that is remarkable with you all on this line, and anybody who listens on this recording later that's a member of Porterhouse International Realty Group, is that our Realty pros, your resiliency that you had paid off. It's paying off right now. Many of you several months ago, quite frankly, were just ready to throw in the towel. Fortunately, you called us, you talked to us, we encouraged you, and you didn't. You didn't throw in the towel. You took heed of the training and the encouragement. Many of you doubled down in terms of coming to the office and making sure you're back on training, getting out in the community, talking to people, joining organizations, doing what you could to build up leads, nurturing leads, but really just being part of the training and being part of that Porterhouse environment. And what's wonderful is that you partnered up, and we started seeing during the Open House Challenge Month, you guys were partnering up and coming up with some remarkable open houses. And it's almost like you were having a party, and that's really kind of the thing that we always want to see at an open house. It should be a very exciting opportunity. We want to make sure that everybody in the community knows, hey, there's an open house and you need to come past because Porterhouse is hosting it. And you guys bring that kind of synergy and love and energy to those environments. And if you bring Darlene and you bring Margaret or you bring Angela to the table, they're just going to take it to another level. And then we've seen many of you just showing love for one another. People holding open houses and they're saying, hey, if anybody's available, and many of you just show up. You might not respond on the WhatsApp, but you show up, or you call that agent and you let them know that you're coming, or if they're having some type of event, you show up, or you let them know that you're coming. And that is the most beautiful thing. This is what we believe in. This is who we are. This is what Porterhouse is all about. Many of you started cold calling. You weren't comfortable with doing it, but you did it. Many of you went back and learned how to use Boomtown, came to the trainings or started going to other trainings and coming back with new information about Boomtown. And like Angela said, some of you have gotten really good leads, and I've gotten several good leads from Boomtown, but you're going to settlement now. And it seems like in this last couple of months, settlements are coming from the left, from the right, from the north, and from the south. And I love it. One thing I love doing is cutting checks. I love paying people money. I don't mind doing it. It's exciting. I love when you get that big money. I wish y'all would take me out sometimes. I like Roots Chris, just take me out, just say, hey, I ain't got a little extra money. Come on, let's go hang out. That's cool too. We like that. And I will even let you pay. I wouldn't mind. I'll let you pay. But kudos, most important to this new leadership team. Man, I'm trying not to get emotional. I remember calling people and people, I don't know if I want to do that, and I don't know. That might be too much. I don't know. Let me pray about it. Talk to my uncle, my mom, my husband, my daddy. They talking to everybody. And I just know, when the Lord leads us to do something, we just do it. We don't question. We don't question him. And it's hard. It's hard to ask people to step outside of their comfort zone. But, realistically, if we want you to grow, that's what we're going to have to always ask you to do. We don't have to keep, and people, if you love me, leave me alone. No, we love you. We're going to love you. We're going to work you. We're going to push you to do exactly what you said you came here to do. Learn how to sell in real estate. And now we want to teach you how to set your business up, and we want you to buy and flip and do all of that. So we're going to do some new things. but we need to continue to recruit, bring other people into this because you guys have a wonderful, wonderful brokerage. And I'm not just saying that because we put it together. I'm saying it because you all are contributing to its success, and your talents and your gifts are remarkable. Many of you have stepped up to the plate. You're swinging to the fences. And what I love most, and I'm going to just say this because, you know, this time of year, this is a giving season, but this is what I'm seeing in you guys organically. Many of you are pouring your gifts and your talents into each other. When Jasmine and I decided to get a leadership team together, we said we had to step back and let you guys kind of go for it. Yes, we're going to guide you. Yes, we're going to make sure it's the porterhouse way, but you know the systems. I mean, some of the trainings that you guys do are so dynamic. We're like, wow, you know, did we teach them that, or are they just that good? And many of you are just that good. And I'm going to tell you something. Your broker, he will train day in and day out if you let her. So it's not really an easy task for her to step back and let everybody else do what they're doing, but it is a beautiful thing to behold from where I'm sitting. But let me say this to you guys, you know, and sort of my closing so I can get off my soapbox. I don't want to get in trouble. I like having good days, and I don't want to have a not so good day. So listen, and the day, by the way, just for the recording, the day is the Q Dogs Founders Day. Rude to all the Qs. That was just a side note for those of you that know what that means. Anyway, guys, when you continue to pour out your gifts that God has given you into others, I promise you that He will give you new wine, and you will become greater and better at what you do, and your blessings will continue to grow. There's an old saying that I learned a long time ago when I got into leadership, and I truly believe it, and I want to say it to you guys. A good leader leads well, but a great leader will inspire others to become good leaders. And so Jasmine and I, we try to lead well, but we really want to become great. So leadership team, we're going to inspire you to lead well. And we want others in this brokerage to be first partakers and to realize there are going to be so many opportunities opening up in Porterhouse as we continue to grow in this next 5 years, that we want you to be ready to do everything that you see Jasmine and I do. And when I say that, if you're hearing me, you're listening carefully, you get it. If you don't get it, you'll get it later, but I hope you get it now. And that's all I can say. Whatever you see Jasmine not doing now is what we're going to expect many of you who are on this phone call right now to be able to do in the very near future. And that's all I had to say, Jasmine.
Excellent. That was excellent. Darlene, I see you have your hand up. I'll go ahead and let you share.
Yeah, so one, I'm at a home inspection, and two, I'm emotional right about now, especially after Mr. Porter's speech. So I'm definitely, and I'm trying not to cry, so I'm definitely one of those individuals that in the beginning of the year, I know me and Ms. Porter had a conversation, and I told her in that conversation, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I'm questioning whether or not I want to be a real estate agent. That was what I said to her in that meeting. And I told her I was going home and I'm going to just think about it. And I went on like maybe a week and a half, like a sabbatical. Like, God, just talk to me. You know, tell me what it is that I should do. How am I supposed to be this servant in this capacity? He spoke to me. He told me, you know, what it is that, you know, I was to do. And so that was the 2 transactions that I had at the beginning of the year. I mean, they went kaput. And so now here we are. So I have two transactions closing this month, next month, and then there's still 4 more. And so when she says that, you know, when you get put in that fire, you come out like gold, you know, and it is my buyer, my client is looking at me because I'm standing in the window and he can see me crying. But I just thank God, you know. And then I want to talk about Aurelia, because Aurelia is like my right-hand man, you know. And while she was gone, you know, we had a when we did that buyer seminar at the beginning of the year, she and I walked around these apartment complexes and we found this one specific buyer. And baby, she was a doozy. And so, but I kept fanning that fire all while Aurelia was gone. I told Aurelia, I'm fanning this fire. I'm getting it. Aurelia came back, and as soon as she got back, I'm like, Aurelia, you got it. So, you know, and we tag team on that particular buyer. And then this month on the 30th, God's willing, she's going to close it. But that's something that we started way back, you know, when. And then when we talk about Porterhouse and how the synergy, and I know for me, I stand on my word. My word is my bond. Whatever, if I say I'm doing something, I'm doing it. I don't commit to anything half-assed, excuse my language. But I'm just so glad that Array is back. And just like Miss Porter said, when she came back, it was like, I know for me, I was like, you back? Okay, good. We doing this, and this. And she was right behind me. Okay, we doing it. But that's all I want to say. I just want to say that God is definitely blessing. And I'm glad to be in the number. And I love everybody at Porterhouse.
Darlene is trying to make all of us emotional. I think that's what's happening there. Darlene, you're not going to get me because we're on camera. So I'm going to act like it's the allergies. You guys know, you see me doing this sometimes. It's not what, you know, somebody else. Go ahead, Aurelia.
Darlene knows that I always say it starts with the head. And I always give kudos to Mr. and Mrs. Porter, because I know that the way that you shape the body or the full form of any organization or person is it starts with the person that starts with the head, the thinkers, the ones that are part of this organization. So I thank Mr. and Mrs. Porter for their tenacity, for their characteristics, for everything that is positive that's going on, for the teamwork, for allowing others to move ahead and be leaders in their own respective areas. And this is why this is working so well for each and every one of us. So I thank the both of them, and I thank God for being a part of this team.
This is Margaret. Can I just say that I have reached out to pretty much every single person on this call, most times totally random. And I've gotten a response, I've gotten assistance, I've gotten call me back if you need to. I've gotten, hey, how did that go? Well, after I've forgotten about it or finished whatever it is that I'm working on. So I've not been with any other brokerage. I don't know how any other brokerage behaves or serves the people that are within, but I'll probably never know, and I'm pretty sure if they're not doing it to this standard, I don't want it.
So I wanted to also say, just on that same line as Margaret, and I have been at another brokerage prior to Porterhouse, but even if we're just looking at business in general, this, you know, I can really so much appreciate the atmosphere, the level of expectation that is here in Porterhouse, because this is a rarity to be able to be a part of a business that is not it shows the example that you can do business and you can be great in business without stepping on someone else's neck to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. And unfortunately, you know, there's an environment that perhaps people don't understand that. And so this is really a model, not only just for real estate brokerages, but for business in general, where you can see, I've not encountered in Porterhouse in dealing with any of my colleagues here where they have not been more than just willing to support and everything that I'm doing. And I try and support everything that everyone else is doing. And that's that's the spirit that we have here at Porterhouse. And it really does show you that it does not have to be this cutthroat type of environment for success to be achieved. And so I appreciate that also. And I appreciate the Porters, them, you know, putting this or starting this atmosphere here, because it could have been different. But, you know, because they're being led by God, you know, and just the spirit that they have themselves, you know, I mean, and just like Darlene was saying, it just comes from the head, you know, and so I appreciate that so much.
We appreciate you guys. And this is, like Mr. Porter said, it's no small task at all. But I tell you one thing, we're always paying attention and we're always looking to grow and to groom you guys and to push you to the next level. One of the things that Anita said the other day that had me cracking up laughing, she said, you're gonna, what you say, Anita? You're gonna drag us along kicking and screaming.
That's what it is. But you know what? The thing is that you drag us along kicking and screaming, but we know your heart. You know what I'm saying? So we're willing to go. Even though we may not, you know, you guys can see it clearly, but I'm like, okay, my eyes, I need my glasses still for this.
And because of your faithfulness, and this is for each and every last one of you, because of your faithfulness, you have gone to the next level in your real estate career. And we are looking to press into the greater for each and every last one of you here.
Well, I want to
You
say,
know what, Paula? I
thank
see you
you.
unmuted. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
I wanted to say thank you to Kermont because he stayed on me actually about coming to Porterhouse. I had been in another agency before, and because of the way that went, I'd almost decided, you know what, I'm probably not going to do this. I'm really not feeling this because I don't want to go through that again. But I'm thankful and grateful to him that he didn't let up on me. And I'm thankful and grateful for being at Porterhouse. And I want to say all of you guys are just amazing. I'm listening to everything, and Mr. Porter, you guys are amazing. And that's all I have to say.
And Paula, we are amazing as a group because of every last one of you. Like I said, we couldn't do what we do without each and every last one of you. I have, let's see, Kermon, you're putting messages in the chat.
Ms. Porter, I'm putting messages in the chat because I don't want to say anything because I'm already getting emotional, and you guys are not going to get me. You're not going to get me. But I would be very remiss, and I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It's the holiday season. There's a lot of things going on. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. But here's what I can do. And I just want to say this. There's a lot of brokerages out here, and a lot of people have come from different brokerages. I've never come from another brokerage. I'm all I know is Porterhouse. But I've talked to a lot of people who've been with other brokerages. And, you can find places that will give you training. You can find places that will, do you well and do all the good stuff that everybody wants done. But here's what I've never heard anybody say. I've never heard anybody say that they had a broker and an owner who came to them and said, we're praying for you. We're beseeching God on your behalf. We're praying for your family. I don't know what that means to everybody, but I can tell you what it means to me. Because when you're sick, and I was sick, and you don't know if you're going to make it, and the first person that when I sent it over and was sharing with them that I was sick, because they didn't know, was Mr. Porter. And I remember when I met Mr. and Mrs. Porter, the first thing they did was pray for me. That's when we first met. They didn't know me from anybody. And then to have somebody that does that and that tells you not only we praying for you and your success, but we're praying for your family, we're praying for your kids, we're praying for your grandkids, we're praying for the generation, and just to have that, where they're just doing that. I don't know anybody. I've been in business for a long time, a very long time. And all of my businesses I've been in have been sales. And all the businesses I've been in, I've made money for people and I've made money with people. And I've never had anybody that did that for me. So I just wanted to say that with the holidays coming up, I just want to encourage everybody. Please don't take this for granted. Mrs. Porter always talks about it's an opportunity, and that's really what it is. It's such a great opportunity, and it's these people, everybody I've ever dealt with in Porterhouse, it's been so amazing that I had to say that, and that's not even what I really wanted, because if I say what I wanted to say, I'm gonna get, and I don't do that. So anyway, I'm gone.
Just
That's what I
say
wanted
it.
to say. God bless you. Love you guys. Love everybody. Happy holidays to everybody. I gotta go.
Come on, I don't know if we're going to let you off the hook. I think we all want you to just say what you were going to say. Come on, Carmon.
Exactly.
Come on.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So here's the deal. I don't know if you guys know this, but some of you do. A few years ago, my mom passed. Okay. So my mom, the good news was my mom had been with me for 90 some odd years. Now you got to understand, I'm a mama's boy. Okay. I don't care whatever that makes me, that's what I'll be. I'm a mama's boy. So that was my girl. That was my girl. Well, real fast forward, my mother owned a condominium. And the condominium was out in Beltsville. So she lived there for 40 years. So that's 40 years of going there for Christmas, Easter, New Year's, everything, children, grandbabies being born, all these memories. So every time I go over there, I go up the stairs and I go to the right. That was her build. That was her door. Go upstairs, go to the right, knock on the door. Go upstairs, go to the right, knock on the door. Okay, so fast forward, my mom passes. She dies. All right, so I say, I'm never going over there again. Don't have to go over there again. I got to get through this. I can't go over there. We got rid of the condo. Nobody wanted. We're not going over there. I can't imagine anybody else being in mama's condo. So don't have to worry about it anymore. Finally, starting to get myself together with it. And the lady who was across the hall from my mother, who was my mother's great friend, she had lived there almost 30 years. She calls me because she wants to sell her condo. And all I hear is my mother saying, you got to help her because that's her girl, that's her friend. So now I got to go back over there. So I'm going back over there. And now it's the first time I go in there, instead of going to the right, I got to go to the left. So I'm looking over there at my mother's place and I can't go over there. I got to go to the left. So I get with the lady, start working with the lady. She's got every issue known to man. She's scared. She don't know what to do. I'm technically phobic. She's technologically phobic. We're going through all this. In between all of this time, I get sick. I'm come to in the hospital fighting for my life. They don't know if I'm going to live. They don't know if I'm going to die. I'm going through all of this. But I'd already signed her, but already trying to get her squared away. And here's the other thing. She was my first listing. So I have no really idea what I'm doing, but I'm trying to get it done, talking to everybody at Porterhouse, Mr. and Mrs. Porter, trying to get everything done. The lady keeps talking about she don't know if she's going to do it, she's going to quit, whatever. Fast forward, I thank God I get out the hospital, come out trying to still deal with the woman, don't know what to do. And that's where Angela Skipper comes in. Angela gets in, she takes me by the hand, she shows me things I had no idea. I didn't know what I was doing with the lady. I was about to mess the lady completely up. Had no idea what I was really doing as far as the listing. Angela comes in, she shows me everything. We do an open house. Angela comes, Darlene comes, Dee comes. We got everybody there. We're doing the thing. We get the thing done. Deal with the lady, get it done, get her done. Find out that, ups, downs, the thing don't go, you have to do this, it's crazy. So we get it all done. And after we get it done and we get everything squared away, have to go over there one more time. I go over there because I'm going over there cleaning up and stuff because the lady left the place in a mess. And as I'm coming out of her place, I look over there at my mom's thing and I swear I see my mom's face. And I hear her voice. And it's like, she's like, you did good. You did good. Now, that takes me all the way back to when I was in the hospital the first time. And I came out, and that's when I met Mr. and Mrs. Porter. And I heard the Lord said, this is where you're supposed to be. So I'm going through all this stuff. I'm going through all this. And in the meantime, I got Angela Skipper. I'm sure I'm driving her crazy because I don't know anything. But at the end of the day, not only did we get that one done, the guy upstairs said, you did so good for her and did so fast. So I introduced him to Angela, and now he's getting ready to close from one that Angela's doing for the guy upstairs. So that's a quick synopsis before I start crying. So I'm good. I'm done. I'm gone.
Monty, thank you so much for sharing that. We would have missed out had you not shared that. I think you got the ladies in the office misting up over here. I think you got us all, but that Aurelia said perseverance.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you, Ms. Porter, for all you do. You guys will never know how much you have completely changed in my life. And this is, I never thought I would be doing this at this stage. And so I tell anybody, you're never too young, you're never too old. Don't ever give up. Don't ever think it's over. Don't ever stop. Don't ever quit. Don't ever do any of that because you're done. Mr. Porter always said that they're a lead or they're a client until they're gone. You do this until you can't go anymore. When you leave here, you go home, and I mean to your heavenly home. So you just keep going. You don't stop. You don't quit. You don't give up. You don't give in until you give out. And that's it.
All right.
Let me stop. I don't want to go no further.
Those are words from our Porterhouse ambassador, Herman. You're doing what it is that you do. That is your gift. So you keep giving it, and we love it. You guys are awesome. If anybody else has anything that they'd like to share before we end the recording, by all means, go ahead and share. Okay.
And Angela, do you want me to talk about the content house now or in another call?
Whenever.
Okay.
I'll be up there this afternoon. I don't know if anybody else wants to keep going with this momentum with sharing some of these experiences. But I'd if anybody else has anything to piggyback on these conversations to go first.
Okay.
So did you, I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, so I just wanted to say again that the thing that first got me back into Porterhouse really strongly working was having the accountability partners. And that was all Mrs. Porter. She would say, everybody needs to have somebody to make sure that you check in with each other every day, every week, or whenever you're going to check in, so that you know that you're doing the work that you need to be doing. And that was when everything started turning for me, because I was able to check in with somebody every day, every other day, and then just constantly be encouraged and also to offer encouragement. So I just really believe in this family of Porterhouse and the way that we work together as a team. It is just really great. And I thank you all.
You guys are awesome. I could probably do this for the rest of the day, but I want to give you guys a chance to, if you got to head out, I understand, but if you want to continue to share, then I will go ahead and leave us on for a few more minutes, but I'm going to end the recording. Before I end the recording, let me just reiterate that Ms. Pat's training is this evening. It's for everybody. It says for new agent training, but it's absolutely for everybody. So she's going to be teaching us how to market with constant contact. So there's quite a bit for us to learn, especially over the holidays, when we can use this as a prime opportunity to prospect and network with the people that we already know. So that's going to be hybrid this evening, as our trainings are both on Zoom as well as in the Upper Marlboro location. And then on this coming Saturday, just to reiterate that as well, Angela Skipper, she's training this Saturday. We have our listing boot camp at our Upper Marlboro location. That's going to be from 9 a.m. until noon. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day.